Okay. So let's talk about the radicals. Um, uh, I think we also did this page last time, radicals. Uh, let's just use the property of radicals to simplify each expression. Uh, yes, we'll probably down this page and to the next page, right? Does anybody still remember that? Okay, yes, we did.
We did this
Uh,
page early.
yeah, yeah. So, but we didn't do this page, I'm sure. So we
No.
need to use the properties of radicals to simplify each expression now. So let's just do it one by one. So in the first example, we need to divide square root of 125 over square root of 5. So the way to do it is you can combine these two into one radical. So what to do is just divide 125 by 5 and then take the radical, take the square root. So 125 over 5 is 25. Then you take the square root to get 5. So that's the answer. So that's part 1. Part B, we need to take the cube root of 125 squared. Okay. Um, you can square 125 first and then take the root, but there is an easy way to do it to avoid the large numbers. That is, you can switch the order of the square and the cube root. In the problem, it squares first and then cube it, but you can cube it first and then square it. So that's another property for the radicals. So if you cube 125, you get 5. Uh, you multiply 5 3 times, you get 125. So that means you cube root 125, you get 5. And then you square it. So you got 5 squared equal to 25. So that's B. Part C. This time we got a problem with the variable x. So we need to multiply two cube roots. The cube root of x squared times cube root of x. So just like problem 1, you can combine these two cube roots to 1. What they do is just multiply the numbers under the cube roots. So we got x squared times x. Then you take the root. So we get the x cubed to the cube root, and that gives x. All right. Part D. This problem um, is pretty straight if you know the square roots. So we need to take the root, square root of the square root of x. So by square root, we mean the number is 2 for the radical. So what they do is just multiply these two to get 4. So at the end, it gives you the fourth root of x. So that's how you do double roots in one problem. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's see. Did I allow the okay. Okay, let's do some more problems. Okay, simplifying radicals. Use the properties of radicals. Uh, so the first problem we need to do you can't hear. Can you check your setting or uh, uh, is everybody else hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, check your device. Okay, check device, please. Check device. Uh, check device, please. All right. So let's just continue with this page. Um, so we need to simplify, 5 cube roots. The first one is cube root of 24. So we can factor 24 by 8 and 3. And then using the properties of radicals to split this problem into two radicals. So you can write it the cube root of 8 times cube root of 3 in this way. And then obviously, 8 is just 2 cube. So at the end, you got 2 from the first part of cube root of 8. And then one is just 2 times cube root of 3. So that's problem 1. Problem 2, we need to find the fourth root of 48. Again, the key for this kind of problem is always factoring the inside. So this time we're going to factor 48 by 16 and 3. And then rewrite the problem as the product of two fourth root. The fourth root of 16 and fourth root of 3. So in 16 is 2 to the fourth. So when you take the fourth root of that, you get 2. So at the end, the answer will be 2 times fourth root of 3. So you always need to factor the number inside to get a really good number, so that you can take the roots completely. Like the third problem, the square root of 75x cubed. So we got numbers and variables at the same time. But still, you can do it in the same way. In this problem, for example, we can factor 75 by 25 and by 50, 25 and 3, not 5, I'm sorry, okay. It's 25 and 3, and then x cubed, you can rewrite that as x squared times x. So you can combine 25 with x squared, and then combine 3x. Then you break up into 2 square roots. The square root of 25x squared, it just gives you 5x. And then at the end, you just get 5x times square root of 5x. Right? The next problem. The cube root of 24 times a to the 4. Again, factor the inside. So this time we're going to factor 24 8 fours as 8 times a cubed times 3a. So you factor the number and the a to the fourth at the same time, and then 8a cubed is just 2a cubed. You take the cube root, you get 2a. So at the end, you get 2a times cube root of 3a. All right. So all the problems are similar. The last problem is a little tricky. We need to take the fourth root of 5x to the fourth. Some people may think it's just 5x. Obviously, you got the number raised to the power and take the root, of that. Use the number back. But remember, x can be negative in this case. So you need to put the absolute value here, because at the end, by default, when you take the roots of a number, you should always get a positive number. Like when you take the square root of a number, you should get the positive number. When you take the fourth root, you should get a positive number. When you take the sixth root, you should always get a positive number. But x itself can be negative in this problem, because inside you raise it to the fourth power, so it will become positive for the whole thing, and that can be taking the fourth root. So at the end, you should put absolute value on the x. So the final answer is 5 times the absolute x. So like we are not going to finish this section, so I'm going to stop here and leave it to the next class. But we don't have class on Wednesday. Okay. Make sure you get the website working. If you have any problem or any questions on registering, on getting in the website, you first, we don't use class key. Let me just say again. You go to website through Blackboard always. Click on the tools and you see website on the top left, and then you click on it. You get in, and then you might need to register to create account. I think if you have any questions, just call the student supporting website of Cengage. go to the website homepage, and you're going to see the student support number. Just call that number and be patient a little bit, and they will fix it for you. Okay. Any questions at this point? No question? Then we're done today. All right. Okay. I guess I'm going to leave the session, and hopefully everything will be. The website still not working. Okay, let me just stop the